Hey guys, how are you? So this story keeps developing. I think as the days go on, we're gonna be hearing so much new information about this, but everyone's past will start to come out, and there are allegations that Courtney Tailor previously dated Mr. Olympia. He is a famous bodybuilder who passed away last year, November 2021, from a heart attack. But apparently they dated, they had a love affair. And I don't know if you guys are aware, but this gentleman is married with a daughter. He was married with a daughter, and he was basically having an affair, allegedly, with Courtney Tailor. And at the time that they were dating, Courtney Tailor initially did not know that Sean Rodden, which is his real name, Sean Rodden, they did not know that she did not know that he had a wife and a child. And allegedly there is a rumor going around. It basically, if you look him up, he had a shattered jaw. His entire jaw was completely shattered, and he didn't really tell allegedly the truth about what happened to that shattered jaw. He made other excuses for why he had the shattered jaw. And there is actually a YouTuber who reports on this, and I will actually do his interview. I'll play some of his video, but he basically has stated that the truth was allegedly, allegedly, that it was Courtney who shattered his jaw, shattered Sean Rodden's jaw. And I mean, she's pretty strong. She is an athlete. People don't realize that she is an athlete, and she was really much involved in athletics, and she was a bikini athlete. So she did a lot of weightlifting. So she's not a small, scrawny, docile woman. She is, she can handle her own, basically. And so in this situation, she found out that Mr. Rodden had a whole wife and kid and a child. And of course, she, being heartbroken, used violence on Mr. Rodden and shattered his jaw, allegedly. So this woman is not Mrs. Pearly White, angelic as everyone is saying, that she was this docile woman that couldn't handle her own. I don't think it's okay to engage in any form of violence, but this is just shedding light on her past, that we don't really know what happened in this situation. We can't just take one side over the other at this time, because we have to hear more information. And apparently this woman has a violent past. She has already admitted that she is toxic. In a previous interview, she has admitted that she does target rich Black men, and you can see her pattern of, now it's confirming that she has dated this, allegedly, I don't know if he was rich or not, but he was pretty famous. He was getting good income from his career. So a pretty prominent Black man. So she particularly targets Black men and for their prominence. We do know that Mr. Toby did create this image online as if he appeared prominent and rich and affluent. He'd wear all the luxurious, affluent type attire and clothing. However, there's allegations, as I talked about in my prior video, that they were saying, or there's a friend that has information from Courtney alleging that he was stealing money from Courtney, which is why, they eventually broke up. So could this have been why she broke up? Was that she found out, Mr. Toby wasn't affluent, and that's not a part of her, criteria for who she dates? That could be a question at hand. But this woman has a violent past. She is very toxic. So that can come into play as to what was her behavior on April 3rd during this, altercation between her and Mr. Toby. Did that same violent past come up? Also, there's friends saying that she's violent. So, I mean, all the facts are starting to point towards Miss Courtney Tailor being the aggressor based upon the past. So let's hear from this gentleman who did a YouTube video on it. And I will post his link in the chat for you guys so you can actually watch the full video, because he gives a lot of great information. I'm not going to play his whole thing because, I want you guys to get a chance to actually go to his page, and he actually breaks it down. He has background information on this woman. So let's go ahead and play his video. Why is it not playing? Sorry guys, I'm having issues with my sound. I might have to come back.
complicated your taxes are.
This is a tiramisu flavor, by the way. Why is this girl relevant to bodybuilding and BS? Why am I talking about her? Well, guess who her ex-boyfriend was? Give you guys a couple seconds to think about it. He's a former Mr. Olympia, and this happened in 2017. He actually had a broken jaw, and nobody knows why he had a broken jaw. The rumor was that he got into a car accident. Now, he prepared for the 2017 Olympia with a broken jaw. He was eating through a straw, and then he was also blending his food. Now, who could this be? Sean Ronan actually dated this girl for quite some time, and actually cheated on his wife, Michelle, with her. Sean was living in California, and so was his girl. She was training out of Gold's Venice. She wanted help getting ready for a bikini show in the gym training, and she has a YouTube. I found clips of her training online on Muscle Insider, training with different trainers in Gold's Venice, but I did find this photo of her and him together after she won the Bruce City MPC class bikini. This is them together. The reason she broke Sean's jaw, she uppercut him and shattered his jaw, because she found out that Sean was lying to her about not being single. He was actually married with a child. And he was lying to her, and he was also lying to his ex-wife, Michelle, at the time. So he got caught, and she confronted him. She broke his jaw with her fist. She uppercut him. Fast forward, this very well could have been Sean Roden getting stabbed to death by this girl if maybe they were dating longer, if maybe she had more feelings for him, but she clearly has some type of temper or anger issues to go hit another man, especially Sean Ronan. Remember, Sean Ronan is not small. He's jacked. This girl did not fear anything or anyone, clearly. She wasn't even thinking about, oh my God, if I break this guy's jaw or I hit him hard enough and I don't take him down, he's probably going to attack me. But those thoughts didn't go through this girl's mind. She was just thinking, I'm going to crack him. And she shattered his jaw. That's how hard she hit this guy. Or we could say Sean's jaw is not that strong. I mean, look at the patterns here. I mean, this girl clearly had anger problems back then, clearly still has anger issues. And like I said earlier in this video, she said she only dates rich black guys. So she clearly thought Sean was loaded, rich, whatever term you want to put onto it. Now, I don't know his financial situation at the time, but I highly doubt he was rich yet, or at least wealthy yet. He had a kid, he had a wife to support. She clearly, she was just cherry picking the right guys for herself to date that looked like they had money, that had the image, had somewhat of a celebrity status, right? Sean was popular in that gym, so she cherry picked him. Now, Sean's obviously in the wrong for cheating on his wife. I mean, number one. Number two, lying to her, dating both of these girls. She went to Gold's Gym, Venice, where he trained. He helped her out for the shows. He would give her nutrition guidance. He would train her in the gym sometimes. This is all allegedly, right? Hearsay, but I have a lot of people confirming this. And they were dating for quite some time. So there obviously was feelings involved. Clearly she felt some type of way for him, or else she would have just been like, okay, next. She clearly liked the guy and was upset and shattered his jaw. Now, there's videos online of Sean talking about this on Muscular Development, Generation Iron. He talked about how hard it was to prep that year for the Olympia with the shattered jaw. There's interviews with Ron Harris talking about it, but there's nowhere on the internet that you will find this story. Anywhere.
All right, guys, so you heard it from him. He is a very experienced bodybuilder in that arena and has somewhat of knowledge regarding this incident. So this woman has a violent past. She is very toxic. She her way of responding to heartbreak is through violence, and friends have confirmed that in her relationship with Mr. Toby, she was consistently violent. The question is, if this relationship was so tumultuous and violent as it was, why did Toby continue to stay in a relationship with this woman? Was he willing to accept all the violence and alleged domestic violence that he was receiving in the last year? Because I know he dated her back early January 2021. So this was at least over a year relationship. But he continued in this relationship. Why? Did he talked a lot about, African-American women and how, African-American women like to shake their ass online and stuff. But yet this woman is in OnlyFans. She's portraying herself in, very vulgar ways. And she, it seems like she is also reflecting that very thing that he disdains. So it seems as though he was willing to lower all of his standards to be with this woman and accept all the abuse for what? For because she was his preference. I don't know. But you guys let me know what you guys think about all of this information. More is coming out, but more is seeming to point to the fact that this woman has a violent past, allegedly, and could have more than likely been the aggressor in this incident. Let me know what you guys think. Take care.